Hello everyone and welcome to the Cone Racing League. This is round 8, around Baku in Azerbaijan. Hopefully we'll be underway shortly. We've got 2 drivers who'll be arriving late, so we're only going to have 17 anyway. Quite a few drivers away, or not able to race today. Sorry, 1 second. So yeah. Q1 will be a parade, which will probably happen anyway because drivers might use the time to just do whatever, but yeah. And this time we're not on the technical difficulties we were being a pain last week, so we're actually on YouTube, not Twitch, which means there will be a stream to watch after, so I failed to do that miserably last week. It is just me. Wild Dog is doing tier 3 and I think we've got Jamie doing comms for tier 1. Oh, it's drone for tier 3, my bad. But yeah, just 1 commentator per tier today. Didn't have that many available. But here we go. About to start Q1. For any drivers watching, I hope to see plenty of donuts and wiggling on the straights. Just don't get disqualified. Sorry if I'm not talking too much at the moment, got a bit of a sore throat. Gonna be careful with it, but save it a bit more for the race, especially considering Q1's gonna be almost no action at all. Here we go. Now, if anyone DNFs in this session, hey, we got 1 on Inters. We've got 2 on Inters. Topes and Freefall having a bit of fun. Doesn't look like anyone is yet going out on track. Having said that, Marty's about to go out on track, as is Tobes. We got there first. I think Marty, yep, there we go. Out the garage. Tobes just ahead of him actually. So actually, this is a pretty good practice session for some of the drivers. Can use some tyres they won't need. I know that Clerpior is unlikely to go out this session, as from what I've read, he's trying to fix his wheel currently. So hopefully he gets that up and running. So actually now the majority of the grid are out on track. It appears it is just Clerpior and KXI in the pit lane. Actually both Alpines are, so Captain Nick as well. No, never mind, both Williams on Gala. So hopefully this gives some drivers might be pushing a bit, so we might get somewhat of an idea, but no one will want to be too risky. No point getting disqualified here. there are 2 late joiners. There's a chance if they do join towards the end of the session, and they might be kind of don't be slowest, but it actually looks like before the lap started, Marty got ahead of Tobes there. I don't. Not really going for a lap, it seems. Is Tobes? No. Is anyone not parading around? Not sure. Right, now Lusafa looks like he might be going for somewhat of a lap. That? No, it's just slow driving from sector 1. Pulls back you. Quite likely to be some safety cars throughout this race, and they certainly will be interesting given the long straight. Safety car restarts. Plenty of opportunity to go wrong if drivers aren't careful. Marty set the first lap. Now Lusafa getting, I think, a bit more closer to what we'll be seeing. Of course, still wouldn't be pushing too hard. What's Drew looking like? It looks like he's on a fairly quick one as well. No, actually maybe not. Is that a spinner in the last sector? Draper may have spun, or it may just be a slow Haas. Now, free fall up into second, but of course this is just drivers practicing where they feel like it. Oh, Hobbsy there doing a bit of a Lewis Hamilton. And he's chipped his front wing. As long as it's not tyre he does it with. Which driver? Clopier still in the pit lane. Still working on his wheel, I'd assume. Of course, back here, some very good camera angles here. Is that McLaren into the wall? Other one. Nope, just a slow McLaren with it. He was the one who dented his front wing earlier, wasn't he? Yeah. Three drivers in the 139s. I'd have a guess that that's around the time we're looking for. The pole time will be, I'd suspect, a 1:38. Of course, it depends if it's raining. Not heard anything from any of the drivers on it. So Rourke, currently our fastest man. I really hope that's a retirement for his sake. Yeah, Freetal's retired in the pit lane. So that is not a driver who has managed to DNF when he could get through with these, which is good news. Captain Nick now challenging for the slowest lap. Don't think he's quite going to get it. He's close. No. Just under a second ahead of 4-star. Actually, something I hadn't really paid attention to yet. We've of course got the Red Bull livery that was used in the Turkish Grand Prix. That white colour. Not sure if I'm a massive fan of it. Certainly nice to see something different, but there's Dark going third fastest. Actually, Dark, this is his first race where he has a full-time seat. I think, who was it he replaced? He replaced... Where am I looking? Not sure. But yeah, Dark now has a full-time seat. Both McLarens now retired. They now just have to both hope that no one can beat their laps. I think Hobbs is safe with his lap, but if everyone gets a decent lap in and a new person joins, which we're expecting at some point, I think one of them definitely won't be in time for the start of Q2, so they won't be here in time to set the lap this session. The other one maybe. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Kurtz. We got to do the update for the Mola and that white Red Bull. Yeah. So there's 7 minutes left of the session. I suspect we'll be here for most of that, if not all of it. Hopefully Clerpiard gets his wheel fixed. That's another man, yeah, retires from the session. It doesn't look like anyone is interested in going out on track. Actually, something I can talk about. The Zero released a monthly top 20. So essentially which drivers did best throughout September. Walter from Tier 1 topped that by quite some margin. I believe he won all 3 Tier 1 races in September. So that basically is covering rounds 4, 5 and 6. So, yep, won all 3 races, got fastest lap in one of them as well to top it off. But yeah, KXI came second in the monthly ranking and Daru came 4th. Not a graphic we've seen before. But Always interesting to see another way of ranking the drivers. See who's doing well in what. It includes qualifying and race. So, Walter. How's this qualifying been actually? I'm not sure. Is there a way I can check? Maybe. Right, I think there is, but I'll find it first. Okay, no, it's very much buried. So, currently championship-wise, it is still KXI and Clerpiar. Sorry, KXI and 4-star is the top two, not Clerpiar. Clerpiar down in 14th. And currently the man everyone's waiting on. Raw in third, but there's big gaps from first to second, 51 points. From second to third, another 51 points. Most of the rest of the field's pretty close, not much between the intervals. All the way down to 15th. Obviously a lot between third and 15th, but you don't need many points to gain a position. Don't think there's a gap of more than 10 between those positions. Given it's 40 points for a win, you're looking at least, well, potentially 4 position gains. Possibly more if the stars align. Of course, with not too many drivers, it's a case of get to the end and you'll probably get points, especially with it being Baku. Suspect we'll see at least one DNF. Ah, now Clerpiar's changed tyres. Hopefully that's a good sign. Hey! He's going out on track. Ah, and as Captain Nick's just said, he's going out for a lap on control. So this might end in tears. Here we go. Oh, yep, now that is a man who's not used control in a while. Oh, nearly going around. Clerpiar apparently asking his fellow party men what how to change gear on pad. Kept at the wall so far. Let's see if he pulls an I'm stupid. No, actually, to be fair, it looks to have a fair amount of control over it now. He's got the hang of it a bit better. I don't want to speak too soon. He's still got his actual lap to do. Oh, nearly going round. So let's see what he can do. All he really needs to do is just make it to the end of the lap. Oh, and he's not pushing too much, being very cautious. Wanted to make sure he avoids the spin, I guess. Understandably so. Ooh, nearly losing the front wing there. hopefully Clerpiar can get his wheels sorted in the next 2 sessions. He certainly doesn't have the pace to get into Q3 on pad, so we'll have the majority of next session to work on that. Oh, and he's invalidated. That might not be what I wanted. Now I'm just going to get this car to the line and we will start with Q2, where we will actually start to see drivers pushing. Oh, bouncing off the wall. Just to add a bit of spice to his lap. But here we go, that concludes Q1 of round 8. So here we go, not actually too much between the top 3 drivers. I assume that their laps actually were somewhat serious. A lot of people were just going for a nice, easy, steady lap. Clerpiar attempted to do so, did invalidate though. He'll be back on working on his wheel. Apparently his throttle only went up to 90%. He fixed that and then he broke his brake in the process. So you can't have everything. But we'll see if he can get that done before the race. If not, he will probably retire almost immediately. So I can't imagine it particularly safe for him to drive around on the same track. The 107% would probably get him out if it was actual F1. So here we go. On to Q2, and this is where the pace and the strategy starts to kick in more. Only 3 drivers opting for the medium so far. No one looking like they are going out onto track just yet. Oh, who was that? 4-star? Any more for any more? No, 4-star will be our first man on track. Toes will be following him shortly. I'll actually make him out in front as he's closer to the pit exit. Oh. Sneaks in just in front. A few more drivers leaving the pit lane. I have no idea who they are, but there's all the ones that are blue. The Alpines, the Williams, the Mercedes, the Red Bulls. Who decided the 4 cars' names coloured the same? So Tobes, I think, not wanting to overtake 4-star. Possibly looking for slipstream, possibly just not wanting to get it to 4-star and then wanting his own clean air. Yeah, seems like just about more drivers on the soft on the mediums by 1, I think 7 on the soft. So no, 8 on the soft, 7 on the medium, yeah. 4-star now about to start the first lap, which he's doing on the soft tyre. Let's see what he can do here. We'll be looking for 139, if not a 138. Don't think a 140 will be fast enough to get through to Q3 here. Fairly clean track ahead of him. He may come across Steiny later on, depends how quick Steiny's outlap is. And Tobes looks like if he does drive fast on the 4-star, he may get some slipstream down the back straight, or the main straight. So it does look like Tobes is gaining slightly on 4-star. Getting purple first sector, so definitely cooking the 4-star here. There's still 2 more sectors to go. Possible for either driver to make a mistake. Both drivers keeping it clean so far. Now, can Tobes get close enough to get his slipstream down the main straight? I'm not quite sure he is there. Not too far off. He needs a good last couple of corners. Yeah, might get some from here. See what that 4-star can set and what's the time to beat. And will Tobes immediately beat it? So 1:40.10 and then a 1:40.8. Maybe those 1:39s were really quick in Q1. KXI, our next man, current championship leader. Wait, no, sorry. Warrior Huntsman, I think. Yep, up into second for him on the medium tyre. Only just behind Daru getting pole also on the medium tyre. And KXI setting a 1:39.7, or pretty much 1:39.8. Dark on the medium tyre now. Second fastest time on the mediums, beat some of the guys on the soft. Captain Nick up into fourth for him. Next we have Raw, another driver on the medium tyre. And he's up in the third position, exactly the same time as Dark. I guess he must have been a few, what, 10,000ths quicker. And that is a spun Tobes. Yep, Tobes has sponged after the castle section. I think I see some front wing on the left there. Yep, he's missing his right end plate. There's Draper, slowest time on the board yet. He's going to definitely want to try and improve that one. Steiny now. We've seen some quick qualifying by him in the past. He sets a 1:40.1. Is that another spun driver? No, that's a slow Warrior Huntsman, letting other drivers through. I think he might be coming into the pit lane. Oh, and M. Homsey spun in the castle section. Who can we see that from? I think Draper's about to be coming up in his car. I think he may have done an I'm stupid there. Sad his car's got in the way of Draper's lap. Free fall just on that lap, so hasn't affected him and McMarty. Car's still there, still affecting drivers' laps, but has now moved. We also have a spinner on the main straight. Or is it a very slow Warrior Huntsman out of fuel, actually, I think might be the case. But the driver behind him also going fairly slow. I think both, however, wanting to go into the pit lane. So Draper now with his improved lap. Did have to be careful through the castle section, but up into 10th. Second slowest time, so we'll want to try and find more time in it. Kurt now able to join the session, so we are now up to 16 drivers. This game now updated. Marty, the fastest medium time, the first medium in the 1:39s. I'm sure he won't be too disappointed with that. Freefall starting his lap here. And it's starting it into the pit lane. There's Safu going slow, but Daru looking like he's going to improve by 3/10. And those 3/10 may be enough to put him onto pole position if he had a good last sector. Or sorry, provisional fastest, not pole. What am I on about? Ooh. Marty given a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. Don't know if that's deliberate or not. But if it was for Tobes, and he is just on an outlap, so it seems very harsh. Right, now, free fall. He has to set a lap himself. Just 2 drivers who've not set a lap. One of them are likely to do so, unless Club Yard can get his wheel sorted. Free fall up to 3rd. Hang on, Daru spun in the castle section. Is there any front wing or anything? Trying to stay out the way of Raw just behind him, but Roy is just on an outlap. Shouldn't be too big a problem. No, that man has kept his front wing intact. I'm not quite sure what he did then. But he made a mistake in the castle section and received no damage. Oh, and that is a spun. No, a slow free fall. So, Tobes, nearly 7/10 up. He's looking to get into 5th position now. Maybe able to find more if he was going to slow at the end of this last lap if he knew the slow one. Launching it through these sweeping corners. Might see some very good side-by-sides there later. And there we go, up into 5th position. 100th ahead of Steiny. Oh, and immediately goes for a spin. Hopefully he doesn't get done for blocking the pit exit. Or another driver, being very careful here. Seems like a great way of getting a penalty. Manages to avoid it though. Good news for him. So Raw now purple middle sector 5/10 up. Oh way up, summer cakes. I got a very fast lap on some softs. Raw will not certainly be the fastest time, but will not be too far off. And there we go, up into 2nd for him, just ahead of Daru. There's a man on an outlap. Warrior Huntsman retires from the pit lane, I guess wanting to start from the mediums. Not improving for him then. Who we got on track? KXI will be on an in lap. 4-star will soon be starting his lap. Tobes also on an in lap, so we'll follow 4-star for the moment. Actually, is Captain Nick trying to improve? Or... It's gone a bit deep. A lot deep. It won't be improving this lap then. We'll stay on board with 4-star for the moment. Oh, and that is Captain Nick has crashed in the castle section. So 4-star 3/10 up. Captain Nick not going to be going through to the next session. Now, given his current placement, 4-star may have problems with that. No, car has despawned in time for him. That is good news, as far as he's concerned. So not long of the session left. 4-star have time for another lap after this one. He may very well want it. He's not too green at the moment, unless he had a very bad last sector beforehand. Good. As you can see from the number of drivers I had, there wasn't a very interesting Q1. 4-star up into 9th position, so does go ahead of Captain Nick. Well, actually, it's a slower time than Nick. I think that's because of the way it's done. 4-star will be looking to improve. Ideally, beats Captain Nick's time. Club PR decided not to bother trying to settle up, just focusing on his wheel. Oh, there's a moment there, and that might be enough to prevent him from improving. See how he's doing. So he enters the second sector. Wait, no, he just did. I'm blind. But I wasn't paying attention to the interval. So 4-star now. Actually, wait, no, 4-star is through regardless. His time is in the top 10. Ought to be taking a bit of a safer lap then. Captain Nick put it in the wall in Castle, so he's not going to be going through to Q3. So while he's got a time in the top 10, he will not be in Q3. So 4-star now into the pit lane, so we can start Q3. Just 9 drivers after Captain Nick's crash. Just waiting now for 4-star to... Yep, Nick binned it again. So hopefully we'll be starting Q3 shortly. Might have to wait the last bit of time. Ah, there we go. 4-star now retiring from the session. So, yeah, Marty with his 5-place grid penalty, from what he said, really doesn't believe he should have had it. Yeah, 5 guys through on the medium tyres. Of course, they're only going to be 14 seconds on the lap. Hobbsy preventing himself from setting on the lap, so only 3 time drivers got knocked out because Captain Nick knocked himself out. So we'll have a 9 driver Q3. Okay, I've just watched Marty's penalty. Yeah, I agree with him, it is complete rubbish. There isn't too much you can do about that though. Yeah, it was in the castle section. I didn't see the crash myself, and there wasn't any driver close enough behind to see how the car had crashed. Marty, Tobes, Raw immediately going out on track. I think Raw will take the front spot on track. So I suspect this will be our closest session. Yet to have a session with as many drivers competing as you normally would. Q1, of course, everyone got through. Q2, Clerpion wasn't to set a lap, and Hopsey very quickly took himself out of the picture as well. And this time only 9 drivers. So really not too sure who will get pole here. I look at these names and think any of them, there are a few of them that are unlikely to get it. I think any one driver puts the lap together and the pole's theirs. Unless there's any who are magically amazing at Baku compared to the rest of the tracks. So we're all preparing to start his first lap. Four start, yet to leave the pit lane. Potentially. It certainly looked like earlier on in the season Verstappen was quicker. I think Mercedes had a slightly faster car throughout the season. Verstappen's just that good. But if Mercedes have improved as much as it showed in Turkey, then as long as they can keep their strategy in check and don't have the luck of Verstappen, yeah, well, Hamilton shouldn't have won for a while. As he's, yeah, taken one recently. Is that a slow Ferrari or a spun Ferrari? I think it's just Tobes going slow. Ah, it's invalidated, yes. So there we go, a 1:39.3. From what we've seen so far, that is not a bad lap. A 1:39.4 set by Marty straight after. Stein will be the next man. He's taken the fastest lap so far. Provisional pole to him. Tobes having invalidated his. Not be setting a lap just yet. Free fall, a bit back, 1:40.1. This KXI only fractionally slower than him. Dark into the pit lane, gets not happy with his lap. Mr. Roux is the last man from the first set of laps. And he's up into second position with another 1:39.1. So our current provisional pole, Stein Suspect he'll be on an in lap now. Seems likely the majority of guys will not be pushing. Perhaps Tobes actually might be. Let's hope the Aston doesn't block him though. It's in quite an awkward spot. Tobes is going to have to send it like he's not there. Didn't seem to cause too many problems. So Tobes now, what can he do? 1:39.8, 5th fastest. And I now see most of the drivers peel off into the pit lane. It's dark. Goes out for a lap now. Oh, on his out lap currently. Oh, Giroud, didn't see that man was on a lap. A 1:39 flat, the fastest time as of yet. Don't think we've seen that one beaten at all today. So we might just about reach the 38. Certainly more time to be found. Okay, right, no mind, he's not up, that was his last lap. So yeah, Giroud is now on an lap. Giroud's not round, is he? Nope, just going slow. So dark now. Coming towards the start of his lap. The session already half gone. Laps. Decently long run back compared to some circuits. Also seeing another lap from KXI, current championship leader. So it's showing a purple sector 1 for dark. Really pushing his car through there. Let's see how he's doing. Looking fairly quick. Shows another purple sector. From what I've seen so far, a very good lap by him. Not sure where he's going to fit into the picture. I suspect he'll certainly be in the top 5. Possibly top 3, maybe even the fastest lap. No, up into second position, missing out on the fastest time by 0.003 of a second. So on board the KXI now, he's a 10.5 up on his previous lap. Free fall and Dark trying to hold each other through there, I think. So, KXI now through the last row corner. 8/10 up on his previous best. That looks at putting him 4th or 5th position. Just needs a nice clean last sector. Keep it out of the walls, don't slide. And he's up into 3rd position. Very well done by him. Not quite the front row, but not too far off. Not now too much separating the drivers. Trying to work out who will be the next man to set a lap. I think it will be Forster. It's Dark going into the pit lane. I'm not sure if he'll have time for another lap. No, he won't. So Dark in 2nd position will not be improving his time. So Forster, I think he'll end up being in the 140s here. He'll certainly want to go around for the next lap. Tobes has crashed in the castle section. There's a might mess with Raw's lap shortly. Oh, it does slightly. Hopefully that does not cost him too much. So yeah, 4-star, slowest time on the board as of yet. Steiny is half a second green, did that say? It has to be 138 then. Yep. Miles ahead of the rest of the field. Nearly 4/10 gap to Darun. KXI not improving this lap himself. Who do we have next? Raw. Didn't see how he did through the start of the 3rd sector. Of course, slightly disrupted in the castle section regardless. Improves his time, but not enough to gain a position. Just buy himself more space to the guys behind him. Perhaps without that slight unoptimal line, he may have got KXI. Free falls the next man. He looks to be quicker. Up to 7th for him. Just behind Marty. Marty, of course, with the 5-second grid penalty. Marty started on the mediums and looking to improve here as well himself. Up to 2nd position for him. Which means he will be starting much unless he's beaten. And Daru up to 2nd position now. He does beat Marty, just misses out on the pole position. Forster than the last man that can challenge, but does not seem to have enough time. And he is going to end up... Well, he got 1:39.9 as you can see on the steering wheel, so it may still be the slowest time. Yes, it is. So Marty will be starting 8th position, qualified 3rd, but Steiny once again has got pole position. I believe it's 3rd of the season, which is pretty good out of 8 rounds. Daru 2nd. The 2nd row will be Dark, and the championship leader KXI. Forster actually 2nd in the championship, so he's going to have to do a bit of catching up here. Very close among the top 6. Some very close times here actually between 5th and 6th themselves. So we'll see how the race turns out. I believe we have 16 drivers. Of the 2 that were meant to be arriving during qualifying, one of them has. So Kurt will be starting in 16th position. I believe he is in the other Alpine. Looks like we're going to have another cloudy start. Doesn't look like it's raining though. Drivers now picking their strategy. So, strategy will soon be finished up, hopefully. Drivers told to wait before they're ready up. Give people plenty of time to select the right stuff. Had problems in the past with drivers. 30 seconds hasn't been enough for them. But here we go. 16 seconds left on the clock before the formation lap begins. So here we go, formation lap is now underway. You can see the tyre choices of people, everyone's starting on the soft or the medium tyres. Top 3 all on mediums, also Raw and Marty inside the top 10. And outside the top 10, Draper and Kurt on softs. Nearly a 50-50 mix, in fact it might be exactly. No, 9 mediums, 7 softs. So we'll see how this all unfolds. Very unlikely there won't be a single safety car around Baku. We've seen already multiple people get caught out with the castle section. So drivers now heading towards their grid slots. Steiny from pole position leading them in. Well, Daru now is. So all 16 drivers now lined up. And that's 5 lights and away they go. Steiny on the outside of the first corner. Looks like Daru's got him up the inside. No, Daru much slower through the first corner. Steiny able to hold the lead. Warrior Huntsman already down 4 positions. Drone drivers yet to heavily spin out. Marty up 3 positions. That will be a man wanting to improve after what happened to him in qualifying. Side by side with Freefall into turn 3. Freefall trying to send it around the outside. Looks like he's succeeded. Held it around the outside there. Marty back down to 6th position. Not able to get back past him. Oh, and that is Toes with a big accident there. And that's some damage to his front wing. Hasn't lost a tyre. And not seen safety car or a VSC. Drivers for the moment all nose to tail. The front 3 seem to be getting a bit of gap from the rest of the field. And that is... oh, is that a couple of drivers caught out? Draper and Kurt caught out there. Saw some front wing. I think it's all from the Mercedes. Mercedes with actually 0 front wing. So won't be able to make an overtake on Draper, who does have the left end plate off his car. I assume that was a collision between the 2 of them. Oh, and that is a crash by Captain Nick on the main straight. The chances of him having his front wing are pretty low. Yep, some damage to the front left. Raw pitting already. See drivers moving up the field. Hobbsy up 5 positions already. And a very chaotic start to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Gap between the top 2 has slightly closed up. Marty in the middle of this battle for 4th. We're happy to be up 3 positions. Dark feeling the opposite way, down 3 himself. Of course, Marty will feel like he should have been starting at 3rd place. And having seen the footage, to be fair, I think I agree with them. Some battles going on further down the field here. May only be a battle for 14th, but drivers will be happy to have someone to battle with. Not short. Dark is quite close enough for a move on Marty here. Daru setting the fastest lap. Marty actually with much more ERS than Freefall, even slightly more than Dark behind him. And he is on the medium tyre. Will make it harder for him to overtake for the moment. May have to wait till further into the race. Once his tyres are at an advantage, but going for the move now at the inside. And it looks like he's through. Before, when he's on the inside into that corner with Freefall. Freefall had her on the outside, but this time Marty gets it up the inside. And that's Marty through into P4. Oh, catches the ball with the rear of his car there. Small moment there for Freefall, not enough for Dark to take advantage of. Quite a big train with these guys here. I'm still liking the look of this battle further down the order for 13th now. Looks like Kurt going for a move on Draper. He's got it done very early. Nice and clean, that's what we like to see. Good racing. Clouds looking like they may want to open. Dark. Try and hold it around the outside. Just at the disadvantage of tyres as Captain Nick gets 3 seconds of penalties. Dark, there we go, braking later, and he's through into P5. Marty now looking to get back into 3rd position, and there he goes. Now got past 2 drivers who are using the softer compound. Seems the softs aren't all that good. And actually, of the 4 drivers who have pitted, sorry, the 5 drivers who have pitted, 3 of them must have started on soft. I don't know what Raw started on. Actually, no, I think all of them must have started on softs, unless Raw pitted for new softs. KXI immediately falling away from Marty. It's nice to see Marty turning that penalty into motivation, not into anger. Certainly supporting him here. You guys peeling off into the pit lane. That's free fall there. So it's like Dark also got past KXI. KXI seems to be struggling for pace here. I wonder if he has any damage to his car. Certainly none to the front wing, maybe some to the side pod. The top 2 still not too much of a gap between them, and it appears Marty is gaining on them. Can't remember who is the fastest lap, but Marty certainly appears to be currently the fastest man on track overall, apart from maybe some of the guys further back on fresher tyres. And amazingly, despite all the front wings we've seen gone missing, and it being Baku, we are yet to see a safety car, or a virtual safety car. Now, I'm almost certainly jinxing it and speaking too soon. For the moment, that is very nice to see. So Hobbsy very far back. Actually, for whatever reason, yeah, 4-start into the pit lane. So it puts Hobbsy up a couple of positions. And Marty's now caught up with Daru, who's actually lost Steiny slightly. They're already thinking about going for that move into 2nd position. Raw now the only man left on the soft tyres. Seems they're not the tyres you want to be on. Drivers really struggling with them. Marty clipping the inside there. Still got his front wing intact though. KXI look for a move on Raw there. Actually 3 of them right nose to tail here. This battle for 9th position ongoing. actually it is Nelu Safu gets past Dark into P4 further up the order. I think Deru will be getting DRS. Marty just missed out on it actually. Saving his DRS, whereas Deru burned as much as he could to get that DRS. I think Halsey tried the same, wasn't quite able to get close enough. Still appears to be the main battles further down the order as Ferrari goes into the pit lane and gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane. KXI gaining a lot of speed on Raw. Not sure he's close enough for a move though. Perhaps should have saved more of his DRS, look for a move later. Freefall also a bit low on it as well. Raw having most of the three of them. And that is KXI up into 7th position past Raw. Actually now Freefall looking for a move up the next corner. Not able to get it done. Raw holds it. But KXI able to slightly distance Raw after him having to go slightly defensive. And there we go now, Freefall looking for a move, and all this time KXI's benefiting, pulled a 1 second gap to him already. These soft tyres do not seem to be doing drivers well. Can't say I know why. Oh, hang on, maybe on for a lead change here. Yeah, we are. Deru is past Steiny. So Deru now into the lead. Oh, Marty's had a moment and a half there. Caught it. Again, no damage. Really seems to be pushing. Steiny back past Deru into the lead. Something Marty will be happy to see after his small mistake. Misses out on the DRS for that mini straight. Draper currently a long way up off the back of the field. So 4-start to go on the outside of Raw, not quite enough room there. And that is a mistake by Clerpiard, which, given he may have been in control of the entire time, I must say I'm mighty impressed it took it this long to have one. And still the flags remain green. Marty now dropping off the front two. His tyres may have taken a small hit. Oh, it's Raw! And that is him out of the race. Alfa Romeo, it all fell apart for them. And that is now a safety car. Now, the top 5 had already passed the pit entry. I'm not sure KXI will want to pit given his tyres. Ferrari going into the pit lane. I don't think Darker wants to. His tyres. Clerpiard will be happy to take up this opportunity, especially given he's just plopped his front wing in the wall. Although he has to be careful that he hasn't got his front wing. Which safety car is it? Mercedes one. So I suspect we will see all 5 of the front runners coming into the pit lane. None of them are on the same team, so they have no reason to worry about double stacking. Just a case of hope their team's quicker, try and gain a position. There's Marty, I believe I just saw him use some ERS. I'm not sure if Steiny needs to be going this slow, or he's deliberately holding them up to try and play games for when they go into the pit lane. Oh, and that's interesting. Steiny's staying out on track. Daru and Marty both pitting, as is Hobbsy. See what Warrior Huntsman does. He's also into the pit lane. Unless there's another safety car of some kind, I think Steiny's going to regret that decision. So Daru coming out ahead of Marty. KXI slotting into 4th position. Oh, and Kurt just getting past Tobes as he comes out the pits. Although having said that, no. Did Daru crash? Yes, he crashed behind the safety car and lost his front wing. And I believe a couple of positions alongside that. So his entire front wing gone in Castle, and that is him without doubt having to pit again. Drivers maybe should be slightly more on the careful side behind the safety car. I get you want to catch up with it, but can't imagine that's going to do wonders for his position. So there we go, Daru into the pit lane. So this will now be the last lap under safety car. Daru down to 12th position from what I believe was 4th. The race now nearly half done. Safety car probably coming in this lap, hopefully not too messy of a restart. We're waiting to see if we'll get that safety car in this lap, or if we'll go around for one more. It's looking like it's going to go around for one more. Yeah, I suspect it will be. Draper not quite close enough to the pack. So we'll have one more lap behind the safety car, and racing will go underway at the start of lap 13. Sorry about that, managed to breathe in a bit of water. Free fall going into the pit lane there. Possibly due to damage, we saw he temporarily overtook 4-star. Not seeing a penalty on either of them. Could have been he was forced into the wall to avoid it though. So, very unlikely the safety car will not be in this lap. Yep, there we go. Safety car in this lap. So now it's just Steiny to decide when to put his foot down. Holding up the pack for the minutes, we see all those cars swerving around. And when's he going to go the safety car? Is he going to catch the safety car? Not quite. So a decent gap by him, built up half a second, then Marty already closing it down a bit. KXI looking like he might make a move for second position here. Not quite close enough though. Not too many position changes. Though free fall past Draper on his older tyres. And that's something Steiny's going to have to be careful of as Marty through into the lead. Steiny looking like he's going to want to try and go for a move back. Not close enough to do so. Obviously trying on the inside of KXI, not working for him. And that is another mistake by Clerpiart. This time broken too late, gone deep. This entire front wing gone again. The rest of the field still racing away. So Marty already built a gap of 1.5 seconds. Of course, we'll have much better tyres than Steiny here, whose tyres now getting quite old. A lot of the laps under them were under safety car. They are still going to be struggling much more than those around him. Locates himself under threat as Kurt has crashed on the main straight. And that's Kurt out of the race. And that is another safety car. Now I suspect most of the field will stay out. Steiny really ought to pit here. The problem is he's going to lose a lot of positions in doing so. Draper pitting here, definitely the right decision for him, given his place in his tyres. See if he goes hard or mediums. He goes onto his old mediums. He must have gone out for them a couple laps in qualifying. Oh, we've got Club PR. What's on? Is he on pad or is he... I don't know if he's on pad or using his very dodgy wheel. Yeah, that's not what Draper wanted to do. Trying to catch up with the pack so he could gain as many positions as possible when they start pitting. In the process, he's gone and got himself a drive-through. So main question, is Marty pitting? No. Is Steiny pitting? Yes. See who else goes in. Most guys seem like they won't be. Yeah, so Steiny is the only man to pit now. Draper with that drive through. So Marty now in a strong position. Gonna have to be careful in his tyres, given quite a few of the laps will be under safety car. You can very well make it to the end. KXI will find it much harder to pull the same feet off. So the safety car, depends how close Draper can get. I don't think it'll be coming in this lap. There's a small chance, but I don't think it's quite close enough. No, so I don't think the safety car will be coming in this lap. Another one to go around. So Draper has pitted for soft tyres. Now it needs to make sure he does catch up before the end of the lap. I think he should be able to. But I think the safety car will be waiting another lap for him. So yeah, Draper, now see the back of the pack, pretty much caught up. But he does still have his drive-through to worry about. So now it's just a question, how good of a restart can Marty get? There we go, message we knew was coming, safety car in this lap. Does Marty know he's doing a safety car restart? He's very close to the safety car. Ah, yeah, there we go. And there he goes. Not got too much of a gap. KXI is an even small one behind him. Marty holds the lead there. Draper into the pit lane again. I think he was trying to serve his drive-through, but he's immediately gone and got 5 seconds of speeding in the pit lane, which was not particularly ideal. Marty increasing that gap already to KXI. Oh, Ferrari going a bit deep there. Free fall. Taking advantage of it, as is Steiny. Captain Nick looking for the move, decides better of it. Rather live to fight another day. Martin out with a 1 second gap already. 4-star got a bit of a gap down to 5th position. Sorry, Hobbsy got a bit of a gap down to 4th position. So it looks like the top 3 are breaking away slightly. Now Drew right on Nelu Safi's tail. Reeling that gap in. Does not yet have the DRS. Actually, enough ahead. Dark past Warrior Huntsman. Made that work. Daru not able to do the same. I think saving his DRS. The gap from first to second increases even more. Ooh, was that a small shunt from behind, or was that just Daru going deep? Not too sure which. 3 and 4 not able to take advantage of it. Goes deep again. Steiny looking to get past. Steiny on the outside, and he is through past freefall. Huh. Freefall losing a couple of positions there. And that gap between the front two really opening up now. If Marty wants to go to the end, he might want to start being more careful on his tyres. because he's certainly got the space to do so, unless he thinks he's going to get a penalty somewhere. So it's Steiny looking for the overtake here on the soft tyres. As is Nelu Safu up ahead. Two sets of guys side by side. Nelu Safu is through. As is Steiny behind him. Yep. She's Steiny right on Warrior Huntsman's tail. Draper sets the fastest lap on some fresh soft tyres. Steiny and fresh softs past Warrior Huntsman on the old hard tyres. Or the older hard tyres. Not old for hards yet. Warrior Huntsman going deep, clipping the wall. Although front wing looking safe there. Out of a second still ongoing. So fairly sizable gap between appears to be ever so slightly increasing per lap. Marty getting those 3 seconds of penalties and said he might be wanting to get a distance for. Oh, big mistake there. Steiny through into 6th position. Daru past Warrior Huntsman. Oh, and Warrior Huntsman losing his entire front wing there. Maybe he does with some damage that we can't see. Certainly seems to be struggling. Captain Nick looking for the overtake. Firmly through. And even got the DRS, timed it perfectly. The other Ferrari into the pit lane, as is Warrior Huntsman. Captain Nick going wide there, getting 3 seconds of penalties. Now Tobes coming straight back at him. Back through into 8th position. Steiny around the outside of Dark there, using his soft tyres to his advantage. Dark the only man left on the hard tyres. I suspect we'll see the AlphaTauri go past the Red Bull fairly soon. Especially when he's still got that tyre advantage. 4 stars tyres much older. Largely I think a lot of those laps come from the 2 safety cars. With a good final corner by Steiny. 4 star. Barely any ERS in comparison. Just going to wait for the DRS. Or just go for the move. Nope. Forced him back into slipstream. There we go, ERS, DRS, and flying past him. Nothing he can do, 10 miles an hour quicker there at least. Now Steiny through into 4th position. Daru around the outside of Dark into turn 1. May have got a warning there on the exit of the corner, but either way, a very nice move. Ooh, a little bit of lag there by Daru. Hopefully that doesn't keep up and it doesn't affect the other drivers too much. KXI and Hobbsy still seem to be at it. Not able to quite distance him. Freefall gets himself the fastest lap on some fresh soft tyres. Another some mistake by Freefall. Sets the fastest lap and immediately goes and spins it. That puts him down to last position. Daru really looking to get past 4 star here. Barely any penalties across the board. Captain Nick with 6, Marty with 3, and Draper for his one, speeding in the pit lane 5 seconds. At the moment, looking very good for Marty, despite his 5-place grid penalty, which was complete rubbish, because it was a driver on an out lap and a driver on an in lap, just going on the track at the same speed. Daru looking to get past 4-star here. As M. Hobbsy goes into the pit lane. I wonder if that's due to damage or not. On those tyres, it seems like a really poor idea. Didn't check in time to see if he was getting a new front wing or not. But Draper also pitting again. Can I see how many pit stops they've done? I can. Draper now on a 4-stop. As the Ferrari takes the fastest lap in 10th position. And that gap between the front two keeps increasing. So actually this is Marty's first race in a full-time seat as well. I've got to notice that, so what a way to start it off with. Hopefully he can keep it up to the end. Seems the race settling down a bit more now. The majority of drivers, in fact I think probably all of them, ideally are on the tyres they want to be when they cross the line at the end. Steiny up into second past KXI. It just needs to last 4 more laps on the soft tyres. Hobbsy flying past Captain Nick there. So the older the tyres get, these 2 Red Bulls, the more of an advantage Dark will be at being on the hard compounds. That is a mistake by, was it Tobes or was it Hobbsy? It was Tobes. Tobes with no front wing here. And just 4 laps to go, that is not the time to be doing that. Gonna have to pit for a new front wing, likely gonna get some fresh softs in his tyres, as fresh softs in his car as well. It's Marty really making that gap much bigger to Steiny, though it might stop increasing as much. Now he's the driver on the softs behind him. You have to be careful here with Captain Nick behind him. Though Tobes does have a tiny bit of DRS as he enters the pit lane. So in he goes, wants to avoid a speeding penalty. Yep, nicely done. Now this battle for second really ongoing. KXI in quite old tyres here. And they're not going to get any better. I think Steiny probably is not going to have to worry too much about the driver behind him. No, KXI very much not in the same boat. The Tobes dropping right the way back down to last position. Still barely any penalties on the board. Only 2 drivers. Draper served his drive through. Oh, now this looks good for Daru. Using his DRS, ought to save some for when he's got DRS as well to work with. And there we go, now using the 2 together. KXI saving his DRS. Daru trying to get up the inside. It's a braking game. Daru brakes later and he gets his car through in his fresher tyres. 5 laps difference between them because I think at least 3 of those laps were done at the safety car. Maybe only 2 actually. By the way, not a massive amount. Captain Nick under threat from another driver on the fresh softs. I think both very low on ERS. And here we go, looking for the move, and that is Lelu Safu up to 8th position. Captain Nick down to 9th. Now, Daru got past KXI, now actually looking to get past Steiny as well. Seems to have closed that gap much more than KXI could. Just needs to work on saving his ERS, which Steiny's done much better. To get an overtake on the final lap. For now, he may just want to save it. Don't go for the move here, go for it on the last lap, get him across the line. Does not want to be wasting too much unless he thinks he can get it here. Marty is pitting. Can he get out in softs on time? Because he's not going to get fastest lap. The 2 of them battling away. Marty pitted from the lead at the start of the last lap. He's not even able to get fastest lap from here, plus his 3-second penalty. Going to drop him down potentially to 6th position. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. May have been on for a puncture. Steiny and Daru still fighting away here for the lead. KXI just behind them, waiting for one of them to make a big mistake or have an accident. Marty right in KXI's tail. Of course, there's 3 seconds of penalties yet, and there wasn't room there. Goes for it here. Gets through. Captain Nick going up to now 9 seconds of penalties. Oh, Daru and Steiny have a big come together. Well, I think Steiny made a mistake and Daru kind of just got through. Oh, Steiny right on the line. Sure, that'll be looked at by the stewards. But Steiny getting the win from pole position, messy as it was. Not much separating the top 7 in the end. Captain Nick dropping right back because of his penalties. Ooh, and Tobes getting the last lap overtake on freefall. Right, so Marty had done 1 pit stop and he went from medium tyres to medium tyres, so he had to go onto some different tyres, which is why he pitted at the end. So there we go, that concludes round 8. It looked like Martin was going to win that. I completely failed to see that he hadn't used 2 compound of tyres. So Steiny and KXI getting the win from their front row positions. KXI refusing to get off the podium, finishing it off in 3rd position. Nelu Safu with the fastest lap there. Marty ends up coming in 5th. Dark 4th. Hobbsy 6th. Only 30 drivers finishing. These two had a battle right to the end. I'll now try and get in the front 3 for an interview. So certainly a much more exciting end than expected. Yeah, the top 7 were within 4.7 seconds of each other. After all that, looked like there was some quite big gaps starting to build, and then drama right at the end. So I'll quickly get the drivers added to the party. If you give me a quick second. Right, so hopefully KXI will be joining shortly. I didn't see what the other two said. So KXI. Hello. Congratulations on your win.
Hello.
Hey, do you understand what's happened to Marty?
He had only used medium tyres. He did a medium.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So he had to...
Oh, you're fine on P2.
Yeah, me too.
Well, yeah, I didn't realise until he put it in the chat afterwards, but yeah, needed to use different tyres.
Fair enough. Oh, that was tense.
I'm still sweating, man.
Me too.
Cakes, hey man, so good as well from you, man. So much pressure. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah, I took those mediums from lap 5. Oh my goodness.
Oh no way.
Yeah, I was sliding around like fuck.
What the percentage?
I didn't look. I didn't want to look.
Fair enough.
And then I had Marty on fresh soft, literally just driving on my gearbox for the whole of the last lap. I was just intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done you two.
Yeah, it went from...
Bloody, I don't know if you've seen what happened there between Deroy and myself at the very last lap, but I almost lost it, and then he slowed down to not crash with me, and then for some reason I got the DRS somehow, and that was the only reason why I was able to push back.
Oh wow.
But that was such a really good battle. From the two of you as well. I don't know if you've seen it. Fucking hell.
What actually did happen, Steiny? Did you lose it on the straight, or...?
Yeah, so I had a very old softs, and I was like on 60% softs, and I just touched the curb on the right at the very, very last turn. I just touched it, and then I had no grip at all, and I had to catch the car, get off the throttle. At the same time, the Roy was making an overtaking move on the left side, so lucky me, he was lifting and giving me enough space for me to catch the car. And then for some reason I got the DRS, and I was like, okay, there's no way that I'm gonna catch him now. And then DRS, ERS, slipstream, and then just about managed to get in front of him. It was really close, but I would have, even if he would have won, I would have been very well deserved. We had an
How did you
amazing
get
battle.
DRS? I'm looking back on stream. How the hell did you get DRS?
I don't know.
That's got to be so tight. The gap for the DRS detection has got to be.
Game's
so
rigged.
tight.
Tell you.
Yeah, because it looks
My
like it was some pretty big gaps towards the end, but the entire top 7 finished within 5 seconds.
Yeah,
What
it
was
was pretty impressive for Marty as well. His gap was very big, and then KXI was putting a lot of pressure as well, and a lot of quick boys, and it's always very interesting. Like very close every single week.
It is.
Yeah, it was good. That was probably the best
fun.
race of Baku I've ever had.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
cleanest one, probably.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
How can we?
it was only Marty and Captain Nick that had penalties at the end.
yeah.
Everyone else was clean at them. So
I mean, to be
Yeah.
fair, if you get a penalty, you probably have gone wide on this track and you probably into the wall. So
True. Everybody's so cautious around here, so yeah, penalties aren't really a thing.
I thought my
Yeah.
race was done when I spun during the safety car on those hards.
God, I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
The unfortunate part is that KXI is still on the podium interview. Because he's extending his lead so much. I was like, oh yes, finally 40 points. But then I realized, damn, KXI is here as well. No!
Oh, yeah.
Very impressive, your championships.
Yeah,
It's
your
like-
lowest,
it's like Lewis-
your
it's like
lowest
Lewis when
position
you
of the
went in-
season is you haven't been beneath 7th. 7th is your lowest position throughout the entire season,
It's
and
a-
you've
I
been
think
on
that
the
was
podium
silver.
more often than not. So yeah.
Wow. Happy days. I was just trying to mirror 3-4 and 4-star that race. When I saw 3-4 pit so early, I was like, oh god, now I have to pit as well. So early for cover the undercut. Yeah, it was a fun one.
A lot of fun, definitely.
Where are we next week? Monza.
Oh god.
DRS train.
Hopefully qualifying. Actually, to be fair, usually I think last season you guys are all staying a fair way away from each other, so not like actual F1 with a bit of a queue building up. But
I would love to do some side-by-side battles again now with the Roy. I'm always up for it, man. Whatever. 5 flippers, league race, I'm up for it, man.
Oh no. That was good though towards the end. Because
Yeah.
you really try to leave space on every corner, but like some of them have on the inside have that curb that's quite high, so you can't really go over it.
Yeah,
So you just
I was,
have
I was thinking, are we gonna go side-by-side into Castle?
Yeah.
I would have been up for it, but
That would have been carnage. I would have liked to think that.
oh, I would have loved to do that. It was a tricky race, especially on my side, trying to get through the entire grid. I was P13 when I changed to soft, and I
Yeah.
had to get all the way through. It was lucky.
I
and,
was
yeah.
I was P11 and then we both had to like overtake like 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah.
And we were just like, I mean, I let you go before me because you were on fresh offs.
Yeah.
Because I knew you were just gonna die towards the end. And then it was just like
Which I did.
kind of like playing chess. No. take
How
this guy
far
out.
was the difference between the two of us during the overtaking during the through the field?
What do you mean?
What's the difference, time difference, the distance between the two of us while going through the pack when you let me pass?
It was usually like 1 car.
Oh,
Because
okay.
at one point I really needed to like overtake KXI because I would have lost you.
Yeah.
So I
I
just
didn't
really
really
went
want
for
to
it.
fight you guys too much when you guys coming through, because it was inevitable you were going to get me, so trying to
I mean-
as little time as possible.
I mean, to be fair, with the lead you have, I would have gone for it as
Yeah.
well.
But yeah, well, yeah, that as well.
Because Baku is like one of the tracks that's like really, you know, crash prone. So just getting good points out there just so it's great.
Exactly
Yeah, I
my
think-
thoughts.
you guys are now 1st, 3rd, and 4th in the championship. So Steiny's got 3rd, Daru 4th, and of course KXI still leading by miles.
Oh,
Yeah, but
God,
these two are gonna
boys.
catch.
Who's
It's gonna be
who's in
really
second?
Forster,
Okay.
he
Yeah.
couldn't have. Yeah, no matter what he got this race, he wasn't changing from that. Got more than 50 points in each direction. So,
Wow.
No, but fair enough. Like KXI and Forza, you the two of you, I've noticed even since last season, the two of you, you only stay out of trouble, and in this way you're so consistent and get all the time these high points. So like this is very very good.
Yeah.
Good setting, mind setting for a championship. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
tricky,
thanks.
man. It's gonna be tricky to catch you.
That's the thing. I'm not sure if I have the raw pace of you two especially, but
Thank you.
me 4-star just seem to, you know, just get to the end and the points, and it's all it takes in this division, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. I mean, me and Sani are pretty close always in qualifying. Again.
Yeah.
Today.
Again. 0.046, man. It doesn't get any closer.
I know. It's mad.
It's always whenever I do time trail trading, I'm always like, where's the Roy? Okay. Man, no.
Actually,
You guys are
interestingly,
quick.
all three of you are in the monthly driver top 20 rankings.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
I know. Go on then.
So,
Let's go.
Surely
Yeah.
this month again. Next month.
you're off to a good start. Certainly,
Yeah.
I think KXI will probably be up there.
Yeah, I was second for September, so
I think it'll be hard to get
oh my
Welter.
God. An 85.6 KXIR, right? Showing off here. Not too bad. An 80.4. Nice. Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
quite
thank you
sure.
very much. I hope you had a good commentating as well. And then,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, it was you put on a great show. So,
That's right.
yeah, thank you. And
Right,
once again as well, thank you for Roy for this beautiful battle. For the
Thank you.
space. And I would have loved to see you as well on the one. You would have definitely deserved it. And
Thanks,
KXI,
mate.
as usual, man, I can't wait. Hopefully, we'll catch up and we'll have like some sick race, the three of us or something with 4-star in Brazil at the end.
yeah, I'm sure you guys will be there.
I'm waiting for Brazil to rain.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, but well done, you two. Great result.
Thank you. Yeah, GG.
Yeah, GG
yeah,
boys. That was
once again,
great.
congrats on your winning podiums, and good luck for Monza.
Cheers, mate. See you this week.
See ya.
guys.
Right. So there we go. That concludes round 8 of Azerbaijan Grand Prix. A very interesting ending. Not at all what I was expecting. Ended up being Steiny in front, made a huge mistake. Daru got through, and then Steiny just got him on the line, less than 2/10 at the end. The entire top 7 within 5 seconds. And Marty, I wonder what would have happened if he changed the softs a few laps earlier. Would he have been able to use them to try and gain his positions faster? Or would it have just meant he had to fight through more places? Hard to say. But yeah. That is, goodbye from me, and see you next week at Monza.